So apparently Brazil don't play about racism at all. Like if you think you are going to be able to go over there and freely be racist, you are gravely mistaken, because if you try that in Brazil, you are going to get your behind locked up for some good amount of years, because in Brazil, racism is a serious crime over there, which good for them. That's what I want to be hearing. Honestly, like this is some great move that they've made. I don't know when they made it, but shout out to the Brazilians for doing this, because the fact that they did this is why this woman that you can see on the screen right now is most likely going to be spending, from what I've gathered online, minimum 5 years in the Brazilian prison for calling somebody a monkey in Brazil. In a video that's presently going viral across social media, we see her doing the monkey hand movements and even making monkey noises. So this one is from Argentina. Her name is Agustina Paez. According to reports, earlier this year, January 14th, she went to Brazil for a vacation. So during her vacation, she went to this restaurant, and at this restaurant, she had some kind of misunderstanding, a dispute over a bill. And according to reports, her being so upset with the bill situation led her to start calling the employees there at the restaurant out of their names. She started spewing racial slurs at them. And the video we saw earlier of her making monkey gestures was from this restaurant. Somebody there had recorded her while she was being this terrible human being that she is. And after she left, they had evidence and everything, so they were able to report her for what she had done. Now, obviously, she didn't know that in Brazil, they don't play about their people like that. They don't play about racism like that. And I mean, I too did not know that in Brazil, they are that strict over there, and I'm glad that they are. I mean, how can we transport this strictness all across the globe? Because it's crazy that in 2026 racism is still a thing. But you know, she's learning the hard way, right? And she's learning from experience, and we know the saying, experience is the best teacher, right? So she's presently being detained in Brazil. They are not letting her leave. She's set to face a court in Brazil, and this is going to include the possession of an electronic anklet and the prohibition to leave the country, measures that have no definite deadline according to her defense. So yeah, things are not looking very bright for her right now, which I love this for her. I love when people get the consequences for their actions.
Brazil is viral right now, finally, because it's a wonderful place. Very popular because of Carnival. But before you visit, you really should know this. It is a crime to be there. It's also a crime to be homophobic and transphobic. It's very much not freedom of speech. They don't play about this there. It's jail, no bail. They're also passing a law against feminicide, meaning that if a man kills a woman, he spends life in prison, no parole. No getting out early, no good behavior, no making deals. That's not a thing, non-negotiable, life in prison. I love that for them. The other thing is last week they also passed some pretty strict laws against animal abuse. And I love it for them because, I mean, the place is fun, the good food, the people are wonderful, and the laws actually work. Look at that. You don't get to use your freedom of speech to just be an asshole. I think some countries should like write it down. Write it down. And anytime I tell people about this, people are always so shocked. Like, how dare they? Like, what about my freedom of speech? You don't get freedom of speech here either, babes. You don't get it. You don't have it. Like, do you see the president going after people for saying they don't like him?
Even my country, Nigeria, can learn a thing or two from some of these laws that they have, because I genuinely don't even understand the unnecessary hate that we have for another human being just because of their sexuality and whom they choose to love. Like, I don't get how it's my business personally. I don't get how it's a national problem. It's not like it affects the price of tomatoes and curry in the market, but you know, our priorities over here is in the pits of hell, right? So it is where it is, unfortunately for us, that have to live in this place, right? Same goes for the femicide law. We could do with such a law in Nigeria. Hell, we could do with such a law across the continent, because if we want to keep it a buck, some of these men now lately, they are starting to move mad. And our women, they suffer at their hands when they do the craze like this, right? There should be some kind of consequence. They should know that this is not something that they should be doing, since they did not give them home training for them to know this. Maybe the law will be able to keep these people in check. We definitely can learn a thing or two from the Brazilian government and their lawmakers over there. But moving on, right? This woman in question, I nearly called her a lady right now. That would have been a major slip of the lips. Sorry, slip of the tongue. It's tongue. Yeah, definitely tongue. Oh my goodness. I'm forgetting my expressions here. Because she's no lady, obviously, so I don't even understand why my brain was almost doing that. But thank goodness I was able to correct myself very quickly before the word came out. Anyways, she made this video that's presently making the rounds, where you see in the video, I can't tell exactly what she's saying, but I know I don't believe a goddamn word that's coming out of her mouth, because she's speaking in Portuguese, right? And there was no translation, so I'm not exactly really sure, but the caption of this video said in quotes that she's scared for her life or something. Anyways, but you can see how her demeanor, her energy is just very, different in this video. How she's now calm and she looks reserved, and she's talking as if you've not seen the previous video and you see this video, you would think this person cannot harm a fly. You see how deceptive this is? You see how, like, chameleonish, and this is no shade to the chameleons. I hate to use them for this example because they don't harm anybody, right? Innocent creatures, beautiful creatures. Well, chameleons, forgive me. Chameleons, forgive me. That I'm putting you guys and this being, this weary of a person in the same category. I don't mean it like that. I'm just saying that she shapeshifts, right?
Agostina Páez, acusada de injuria racial en Brasil, en este momento recibo la notificación que hay una orden de prisión preventiva para mí por peligro de fuga, siendo que tengo una tobillera electrónica puesta y que estoy a disposición de la justicia desde el día 1. Se están vulnerando todos mis derechos. Estoy desesperada, estoy muerta de miedo y hago este video para que se haga eco de la situación que estoy pasando.
I just thought it was interesting how right now she looks like she's the victim here. I even saw some comments saying that she's trying to play victim. I'm not sure, right? Because I cannot speak Portuguese. So I guess we are taking the comments and what they're saying with a grain of salt. I even saw a comment that said that we should not be mistaken because she did not apologize at all in this video for what she did. So I guess that is that. At the end of the day, it just seemed like it's a white woman in, so no surprises here. I absolutely hope that she gets everything that she deserves. I hope that she gets like the utmost punishment for what she did. Shout out to the Brazilian people, and a mighty kudos to the Brazilian lawmakers and their governments for making sure that they criminalize racism and that their people are protected and that people can be safe in their country and not have to deal with racist people like this. Shout out to them for making sure that they hold these people accountable. You know what, like, there is nothing as sweet as knowing that your country got your back, right? Like, that feeling is something that I one day hope that I'll be able to experience as a Nigerian myself, even, honestly, because, like I said earlier, we could learn a thing or two from what the government in Brazil are doing, the lawmakers in Brazil are doing. I wish we can see more of this across the globe. I look forward to the day, keeping my fingers crossed, maybe one day soon, that might happen. So, I'm keeping an open mind. I'm being optimistic here, but let's bring this video to an end. I wanted to let you guys know of the situation. I don't know if you guys have heard of it already, but I've been away for a while, and I thought, yeah, this is a good video to welcome myself back to the channel. So yeah, I'm going to be leaving this here. Let me know what your thoughts are about all of this. Thank you for watching. I'll be catching you in the next one.
Wow. Baby, they don't play over there. Go over there trying to be funny, trying to be over there in Brazil. See what's gonna happen to you.